Hi again. There's another video about channel calculations or channel blending. We see this young woman, her name is Nina. She is Switzerland's most charming export. She's a world famous contortionist. Her website is this one here. She's an extremely talented, wonderful person. Very down to earth, very happy, always cheerful person that I can really recommend as a model or as a performer, whatever you like. She's always open to working and to doing creative projects. That's just a short introduction of this beautiful woman here with these beautiful blue eyes. And the blue eyes are the theme I want to talk about today. Here also it would be great if we could maybe make those eyes bounce a bit more. I'm choosing this not because I think it's absolutely necessary to do, but it's a great example how you could work with channels to get her eyes more prominent, lighter, and the skin a bit darker with a little bit more detail in it. Let's look at the channels we have here again, like we did before. We have the red channel. I don't know if it's suited to brighten her eyes. If we would invert the channel, of course, if we would calculate this into the original picture, the eyes would get brighter, but so would the eyelashes and the eyebrows and the sweater and the hair. That's not exactly what we want here, so the red channel is not suited, also not in an inverted version. The green channel is, as you can see, lighter in the eyes because as the eyes are blue, they contain less red, so the red is dark, the green is a bit lighter. What we can see here now, we can see some freckles, very slight in the green channel. The lips are darker. The surrounding of the eye is, it's like a pinkish makeup, brown pink makeup. It's the opposite color of green, so it darkens. So maybe we could use the green channel to create more depth in the makeup or in the eyes. That would be cool also. And as you can see, the blue channel, really the eyes are popping out. What you can see also that some freckles that you cannot see in the red channels are really coming out now. This could make her look more natural if we use this channel to calculate into this image. So let's see if we duplicate the background by pulling it down here. So we have a background copy here. We will set this copy to luminosity mode because we don't want to manipulate color but lightness. And we could just go a simple way to Command A, Command C when we select the blue channel. Sorry, we copy this channel and we go to composite and paste it on top of here like we did before in other videos. We create the clipping mask by pressing the Alt key and clicking here when this arrow appears. So now what we have is like this is like together like a luminosity blend. Okay, I could say I want this to be in lighten mode, so only the eyes would go lighter and the rest would be the same. So before and after, we can brighten her eyes. We have a little bit more brightness here also. We could also put a curve on here if you don't want that. This is an idea, or I could set it to darken. That would make her skin darker and the eyes would stay the same, as you can see. So both have the same effect more or less, that we have more contrast between the skin and the eyes. What we could also do here is we could say a soft light would do, what a soft light would do, a soft light mode would do is like to darken the darker parts and to lighten the lighter parts of the channel. So let's look at that. So we go soft light, goes a bit harsh. I feel it's interesting. You have much more contrast. It's sort of like the haze goes out of the picture. Everything is clear. The eyes don't get substantially brighter because they're probably around 50% gray. So we'd have to put a curve on here. Let's do that. Command M. and we just lift the midpoint a bit, and then we can check again what it does without, with. I don't particularly like it, so I'll go back to the previous version here. So we could also just set it to luminosity mode here, the same as we did before. This is actually the same if we did this on normal or luminosity, because the lower layer, this one, is on luminosity. This is a way to, you know, to bring out more of the eyes and the skin if you want to. This is one method we could use. It's a good method to do this, and there would be something else we could do. So let's just keep this in mind as a method that will work very well with this picture, as the sweater is black, the background is white, no color, so they won't shift much. Whatever we do, they stay practically the same. We see in the sleeve here we have a bit more detail with this method, but otherwise things will stay the same. I will kill this layer here now. This is one method to get her eyes popping out a bit more. Then there is another method, but for this I would need some lab channels. So I will create a smart object here of this layer, double click it, and then we have it says background copy PSB, which is the extension, file extension for the smart object. I'm now in the smart object, and I will say, okay, image mode LAB color. Okay, now it's actually this. If I save it like this, then we have this second layer here of our original picture. This smart object is now an LAB, so it contains an L channel, an A, and the B channel. And if you can see already the B channel, the eyes are isolated. The background, which is white, has no colors, you know, without any saturation. The sweater that has no color is also no saturation. They are the same color. They're mid-gray, medium gray, 50% gray. In LAB, that's the way it is. And everything that is like yellow or red, now here in the B channel it's yellow, is lighter than the gray, the mid-gray, and everything that is the blue is darker. So this would be a mask I could use, or a channel I could use to calculate into my picture. But of course, it would look better if it was inverted to lighten the eyes. Okay, so let's keep in mind that we can keep this channel here, or we can use this channel to calculate into our image. So let's go back to original, and here I can go now make a new layer just for you to visualize it better. I go edit image, apply image, and here I can choose the source. Now we have the picture that's called Nina Buddy blaue Augen, which means blue eyes in German. Then our smart object is background copy to PSB. This is this here. So I choose this as the layer I'm going to extract the channel from. I could say the merged, the light, like I could say AB. I can choose the lightness channel, the A channel, which is this one here. We see that this is not worth anything because the eye has no distinction between the white in the eye and the pupil. And then the B, we can see really this is darker, but we want it lighter, so we can invert this. Okay, so now you can see this appears in this channel here, or in this layer, sorry, in this layer here, this channel appears as a layer. Okay, so we can say okay, and we have this layer in this mode, and here now we can say okay, here would be good because background is gray, anything that has no color is gray, the sweater background. If I use the mode of overlay, soft light, hard light, vivid light, linear light, they will all not react to gray, but to everything that is next to gray. Anything that's lighter will be calculated even lighter. Anything that's darker than mid-gray will darken. And they have different effects. So for example, soft light to try out. If we calculate this now onto our picture with soft light mode, this is gray. It's just doing the luminosity because it has no color. Take it out. You can see already eyes get lighter and the skin gets darker. I could use a harsher mode. It's like the overlay is even stronger. The effect is stronger, and I think this could be a nice effect here. So with a subtle method, I don't have to make any selections by hand, and what's also great, I don't lose any detail in the eye. You can see here the eye is still with the detail, the sharpness is still there, it's just getting lighter. And also the surrounding eyes, as it's containing yellow, which is the dark part in this, it darkens a bit. So we have a greater contrast between here and here. Okay. I could also put a curve on here. I can just quickly show how to do this. If I want to do it, I could make a curve layer. I could also say here I do it directly on that layer. I press Command or Control M. That will open the layers dialog, and then you can see now how narrow the contrast is here. And I could either steepen the contrast like this. Now you can see it's getting very dark in the skin, so I go as far as I like it. Let's say to here, and then I lighten it again so the eyes get lighter. Oops, this is going a bit slow. So I steepen the contrast a bit to enhance the effect of darkening the skin and lighten the eyes. Okay, now this is maybe how I would like it. Okay, in overlay mode, if it was in soft light, I could go even steeper. Now you can see the difference before and after. Okay, I could go on now. I could say, okay, let's flatten this onto a new layer. This is Command Shift Alt E, just to visualize one step. Okay, that is the result of the underlying layers. And now I could do a new calculation onto this layer. I would also copy this again, or I could actually put this onto luminosity mode. So we go from here, and here I'm going to check what do I have. I have the red, I have the green, and I have the blue. And before we said the green would be great to get a bit more detail in the lips. So I can copy the green, Command A, Command C, go to Composite, paste it here, Command V, make a clipping mask here, pressing Alt key, hovering here, arrow appears, I do this. Now you can see this is not exactly what we want, but we would like to have, see, it's not exactly what we want because the eyes also darken a bit, okay? But we say only darken, that means only the parts of this layer that are darker than the underlying part will be showing. So now the eyes will stay the same. We have a bit more lips and a bit more skin, and then we choose the opacity to our taste, maybe like this, and that's about the end result. I would maybe do a new retouch quickly on this, although I think it's nice because now we get back a little bit of a natural structure in the skin. The eyes are still popping nicely. Could take out or put in a bit more saturation. This is then a matter of taste, but it's just to show you the principle of always using, or if you can, using channels to enhance your pictures instead of selecting and like doing this kind of bricolage that is costing you a lot of time. And also, if you start using these methods, you will understand your images better. You will understand that the image has already the content in it to enhance it, and you don't have to do a kind of like dodge and burn and all these tricks that take a lot of work. And if you have series of different images of the same person, you don't have to do all these manual dodge and burn stuff. And if you do it clever, you can even build actions to create a series of pictures of the same portrait, and maybe in the end do some small retouch, like you would maybe if I like it, but if you don't like it, to have these eyebrows a bit uneven, you could do the retouching here. But use your channels, and I think this will save you a lot of time, and you will be more efficient, and you will start making money even working in Photoshop. Thank you for this, and hope to see you soon. Bye.